Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Chris Murphy and Patrick Soukup with Foco fellas, and today we are going to talk about food trucks. Anybody that knows Fort Collins knows they love their food, and specifically they love it coming out of a truck. So we're we're going to tackle that, Patrick. We're going to go over where you could find these food trucks. We got a couple of the best ofs. I have my personal favorite that I'm going to share as well. And I know, Patrick, you live right down the actually, you said you could hit a baseball to one of the food truck rallies. So we're
terrible at baseball. But if I connect with one, maybe if I took a driver, if I had your swing, your golf swing, I could do it.
There you go. There you go. You know, one of the things I've always wanted to do is hit a baseball or hit a golf ball out of a baseball stadium. But anyways, that's like a dream.
Ooh,
Sit on home plate and hit a driver.
I mean, you'd smash it. I mean, how far out of a stadium could you hit a golf ball?
You could honestly, I think, hit like an 8-iron out of the stadium.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's what's the crazy thing.
Out of like 3 baseball stadiums.
I know. Well, hey, I know we're gonna jump into this. I guess the one thing I was gonna go over to start us off, where are the best events or locations to get your favorite food trucks? And with COVID going on, some of these things were shut down for a little bit, but they are back this summer. And so that's why we wanted to do this episode that'll come out here in May, and then you guys can jump on it. So, Patrick, I was going to fire away with obviously the biggest one, is that is the Foco Food Truck Rally. This is held at City Park. It's going to begin May 10th this year. So I believe a week after this episode comes out. So this will be perfect timing. And it runs through September 13th. They're not going to have one on July 5th for the 4th of July. We'll go through some FAQs here in a second, but it's from 5:30 to dusk. And that is on Tuesdays. And then there's another one on Thursdays, Patrick. You want to tell our listeners a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, last year they did not do it, which was kind of interesting. So I'm hopeful, and I think they're coming back this year to the Fossil Creek Park Thursday night food truck rally. It's much smaller than the Tuesday night one down at City Park, but we absolutely love it because we live, just south of Fossil Creek Park, literally walk it almost every day. And so for us, Thursday nights are always like, let's go grab food, the food trucks. But last year they had it shut down. The year prior was like food truck light, because I think the city actually put a kibosh because of COVID on gatherings. And so that food truck owners themselves kind of got together and said, hey, listen, we need to make a living. So let's do this on our own. But I'm hopeful and think that this year they'll be back Thursday nights. So, and then you kind of threw a good tidbit. What's Wednesday nights? That's a pretty good opportunity as well.
Okay, so Wednesday nights, and my wife and I have done this. This is the Lagoon Summer Concert Series. So this is at CSU. I got a little bit. It's a 20-year tradition hosted at Colorado State University's campus partnership with Mantooth Marketing Company. But they have about, I don't know, I want to say maybe 10 to 15 food trucks there.
That's awesome.
It's great. And I would recommend, if you come a little bit later, usually it's like, if you come early or later is the best time, because these lines get big.
Yeah.
But it's a great festival. There's live music there. And then obviously similar to the Foco Food Truck Rally. And we'll go over, there's a couple questions here, but they are basically picnic. You bring your chairs, you bring a blanket, and you just grab your food from the food trucks.
Which is a good point. Real quick too, I know the Coloradoan kind of hinted on this, and I think the Lagoon Series not so much the Fossil Creek Park food truck rally, because there's ample amount of parking and it's such a smaller kind of gathering that I don't think you have any issues parking. But specifically City Park this year, because of how much construction is going on Mulberry, and also already the congestion, parking downtown, everything like that. They are very like, hey, take the trolley, ride your bike, park away and walk. Let's get less traffic to these locations. And the Fort Collins or the CSU Lagoon Series, you can park in the Laurie Student Center. I don't know what the parking parameters are, if there's pay to or there's like hourly, but you could take the Max Transit to that and walk pretty easily as well. So alternative driving options.
You know what? That's huge. And you basically, on one of the FAQs for the food truck rally is where, it says, where can I park? And they basically say, the max, carpool, bike, walk, like don't drive your car there. So And just to piggyback on that, I'll quickly go through these, Patrick. Obviously, when does it start? They're 5:30 to dusk, but the food trucks are told to begin serving at 5:15. So you can actually get in line early around 5:15 and get your food there. The location, this one is on Sheldon Drive near Mulberry and City Park. We just asked what time can you eat? What time is it over? Do trucks accept credit cards? Yes. And even the one at the Lagoon series, everybody accepts credit cards.
Yeah, I haven't had any issues with any food truck now accepting credit card payments.
Yeah. One question, is there alcohol for sale at the rallies? The answer is no, but of course we all know you can bring your own alcohol. Just be safe.
Yes.
Can you bring a dog or a pet? This is a great question. Yes, you can, as long as they're on a leash. But the one by your house, Patrick, they have a great dog park there. They have a huge dog park.
Yeah, probably. I've been around Fossil Creek Park now for a long time, and it's one of the I drive by that every day, and it could be freaking 10 degrees, and they're out there with their dogs. I'm like, you are better than me.
Our dog is crazy, so we don't bring her to any of these events, but that's just our personal choice. A couple other FAQs on here. What kind of seating? And really, it's a camping. It's a blanket. You're going to hang out. This is a good one. Are firearms permitted? I think you know the answer to that question. No, they're not. And then they say if there's anything else you need to know, and they reference the Fort Collins Parks and Recreation website. But as somebody who's been to these, Patrick, you and I know they are a ton of fun. There's always music there. The food is great. And with that, before I go on, anything you want to add to those rallies before we get into a couple of our favorites?
No, I was trying to think the other day about, kind of some like tips and tricks as far as if you're new to food trucks, like if you're coming from a smaller town or specifically to Fort Collins, there's plenty of seating both at City Park and Fossil Creek Park and at the Lagoon series. Yep. But yeah, definitely want to bring either a blanket or a fold-up chair. I personally am not a huge fan of bringing my dogs. It's same kind of like yours. It's like, I got kids too, so it's already like herding cats type deal. Yeah. But plenty of space, great food truck options, which I know we're just about to go through. So no, I don't have much else to add.
Real quick before we go, some of our favorites. You can also find food trucks at breweries here in Fort Collins. And just a couple quick ones I know. Zwei Brewery, they will have a food truck there. If you ever go to Zwei. Stodgy Brewing Company, they will also have one. There's a few others. Timnath Beer Works. Odell will have that food truck there in the back. New Belgium and Max Line. Actually, Max Line, they have one right in the parking lot there, and I've actually been to the one at Max Line. So when you go to some of the breweries as well, a lot of them don't serve food, to be honest with you, a lot of those breweries. So they do have those food trucks there. Yeah. So, all right, let's get into some of our favorites. I've got a list right here that I'll go through, Patrick. And this was done actually through the Armstrong Hotel. And these are just basically locals agree. And I will quickly go through these, and then I'll let you jump in, have your favorites. But corn doggies.
My wife loves corn doggies.
Does she? Okay.
I hate corn dogs.
I don't either. I'm not. Corn doggies was on there. Umami, which is like a Ninja Bowl, Thai tacos. Umami showed up on a lot of lists.
Yep.
Big's Meat Wagon. I think that wins best name. I've never. That is Big's Meat Wagon.
They have this huge smoker out the back, so they pull up this massive truck and have this huge smoker, and they'll give you some smoked corn or mac and cheese. I mean, it's solid.
I love it. All right, this one I've had, the Waffle Lab. That one's been on a bunch of lists. The Waffle Lab. Yep. Fort Collins, gourmet Belgian style waffles, and they got a ton of choices there. They also have Shell on Wheels food truck. Crab cakes. I've actually had that. I had that at the Lagoon. That was really good. Shell on Wheels. The Backyard Bird. I've had the Backyard Bird. That was really good. And then they go down to my Big Fat Greek Euro. Haven't had that one, but I love Euros.
Love Euros.
And then this one, Banamanam?
Yeah, it's like a banana thing. It's like banana ice cream thing.
So that's a good one. There's another one here that showed up on a list. Fork Yeah.
I think I've had that, yeah.
And then I gotta throw in my favorite, and it's Maggie's Tacos. and they are always at Jack's. If you go to Jack's, North College, Maggie's Tacos, I think has personally the best street tacos in town. So I got to
You're
throw
not
it.
the first person I've heard say that. I've got clients that were out of Chicago that they will drive, like even not just on passing, like they will go out of their way to go to that taco truck, and says it's the best in Fort Collins.
Yeah, no, I love them. I love them. A few more that you're definitely going to want to check out that popped up on here. Mackin, which is like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I love that one. And what was the other one on here? Oh, this one showed up on a couple. The Tramp About. Have you ever been to the Tramp About? Anyways, that showed up on a couple lists. The shrimp and sausage, apparently is amazing there. The shrimp and sausage from the Tramp About.
I find myself always, probably not always, but I would say 1 out of 3 times when we go to the food truck rallies, find myself at some point going to Big's Barbecue. And then subsequently right after, this is not a great, not if you were on a strict diet and you are trying to count your calories or macros or whatever whatever you do, going to a food truck rally is a terrible idea for you. And for me, I go there and I'll find myself going to Big's and I'll get myself, a mac and cheese with some barbecue. And then right after, I will hit up the Waffle Lab for their dessert waffle. And I'm just like, I don't know how many calories, but it was all worth it.
Well, I love it. That is our food truck breakdown. And again, the big one in City Park begins May 10th. It runs through September 13th, and that's on Tuesdays. We have on Wednesdays, we're doing the Lagoon Summer Concert Series. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday at the Fossil Creek Park. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you got plenty of locations for your food trucks.
Hell yeah, man.
I love it. Thanks, everybody.
Heck yeah.